Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Adventure Quest Worlds. Now this is a free-to-play 3D fantasy MMORPG that's browser-based, so you don't have to download any client or anything like that. It's right there in the browser. It is actually, I said 3D, but it's actually a 2D. It's kind of like a 2.5D actually, but more on the 2D side. So as you can see, we're in the character creation section, and you can see here we have 4 character classes that are available right away. Now you can earn other ones as you get deeper into the game. I believe it's let me see if I can remember them all, the Dragon Slayer, the Ninja, the Pirate, the Shaman, the Warlord, and the Enforcer. And you unlock those like doing different quests, and then some of them you actually have to spend some real world money on, because there is different versions of the game. And it's not really different versions of the game. It's more along the lines of you play as a, you play the game free to play, and then there's a membership type base that opens up different quests for you, and obviously different classes, different weapons, different things like that become available if you are a member of the game. So you can see right here, I can scroll up and down, and they've got different things, design notes, and you got the upgrade that we're talking about, super free AC super rewards, which you can actually subscribe to, let's say like Netflix and things like that, and actually earn some of the game's in-game currency. And then they've got how to play and different stuff like that at the bottom. Then you can adjust your size. And one of the things is, right now it's not full screen, but once you get in the game, you can actually do full screen, which is kind of cool. So you see there's a couple hairstyles, and then you can go with different hair colors. Let's go with something really off the wall. We are going to go with the Mage for this character. You could just choose male or female. Why not? Let's go with female. She's going to show a little leg, little 2D leg. So let's pick some crazy color. Let's make her blue. And then for eye color, let's make it crazy green. And I'm not so sure about this. Actually, let's stick with the red. Let's stick with the red hair color, and let's go next. Now, once we're in here, you'd see we have to actually put in a name. So let's put in our name. Let's create a password, and then let's choose an email. So you guys, if you have a question, you can email me there. So let's get in. Ready to play email confirmation. Now, one thing with the email confirmation is you will get an email, but as you can see, you will not be able to use the chat until you actually confirm your email. So there we go. We've got our character created. So let's continue on. And then you can see we've got our stuff all entered in here, username, password. Let's go ahead and log in. And you see you've got several different servers here that you can choose from. And inside the servers, you can see you've got total of about 12,500 players playing simultaneously right now. And let's go ahead and pick one of these servers. Let's pick one of the lighter servers so we don't have any lag, anything, conflicting with fraps and stuff like that. So there we go. We're logged in. You can see they've got the usual different stuff, the exclamation points above people's heads that you want to talk to. And you can see some of the different character types that are in the game. Here's a rogue. Let's see if we can click some of these other guys. Here's a dragon lord, stuff like that. You can see a bunch of the different kind of costumes and weaponry and stuff like that the different characters can have. But let's go ahead and head on in this direction. Let's head into the town. You can see each of these little areas, each of these little screens, as you travel from them, the different space has to load up. But we're going to head over to kind of this little bit of a newbie area. Let's I believe he's got a couple quests for us. So chip tooth, and let's see, he needs 10 chip tooth. So we're going to go ahead and let's see what he needs. Go ahead and get him 10 chip teeth. All right, from the small skeletons, I believe. And then this guy needs Jack Sprat's funny bone. All right, so let's continue on. Now, one of the neat things is actually, you know what, we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you guys the different options that you have when you're in this screen here. So you've got different things. So you can become a member. You can do 1 versus 1 PvP. You've got this Doomwood area. Then you also have the story, and then you've got enhancements, and then you've got adventure, which you can just pick different areas that you want to go to. So it's kind of nice. You can just jump around to all these different areas and then fight in those areas and group up with different people. You've got the armor shop, news, PvP, and then you can hide this screen. We're going to go ahead and jump in the story, and you can see it starts with a prologue. And so the game does have essentially a basic story, and there's a bunch of different stuff going on, and you can kind of go you can see there's all these different stories that go along with it. The basic story is essentially that you process through these first 3 parts, and it helps to level you up, get you to know the game a little bit. Without doing there is an actual tutorial, but this is without doing the actual tutorial. And there's little cutscenes. So I'm going to go ahead and start it to show you guys the cutscene. So you see it's joining the intro. It's loading right there. So it's going to do a little cutscene right now for us. Maybe. It says error encountered while creating the intro. So all right, the game is already messing up. So I guess we're not gonna be able to do that. So let's go ahead and talk to some of these guys over here. So this guy, you can see he's got one of the quests for us. So you can do a bunch of these different quests. I'm trying to remember, right? Maybe it's her that has the actual tutorial. So start your story here. Join the intro. Nope, that one actually errored out. And so he doesn't have the tutorial, and neither does he. So it looks like we're just going to have to head down this way and go ahead, and that chick's got a pretty cool pink sword, and head over this direction and head kind of into the first little area. But you've got this battle-on town, and then you head out here, and this is kind of one of the first little areas that you're going to go to. And you can see the game has a lot of kind of different humor. Like you've got Red Hunting Hood, and then in one spot you'll go to, there's like Old Spice and Lady Speedstick are character names. So it's got a little bit of humor and stuff like that to it. So let's see what quest she has for us. Let's bring that up. So you can see here that you've got these four quests. We're going to go ahead and accept these real quick and run around and do them. But you can see there's these red quests here, and those red quests are only available to individuals who are actually have upgraded and become members. Now what's really interesting about it though is once I complete those quests, I can actually do those quests again and again and again, which is really kind of, in my mind, is kind of interesting. So we're actually going to head back this way. So you can see there's like this forest area. You can see there's different stuff all over the place, and I think we do need spiders. So we're going to go ahead and use our first skill, which is this fireball skill. And you can see right there, I went ahead and threw the fireball skill at the spider. And you can see the combat is pretty basic. Essentially, you kind of just start combat, and it just goes back and forth. And then you activate your skills every time that you want to, and stuff like that. So I'm slowly taking this spider out, and he's actually kind of getting the best of me right now. But I'm going to throw a fireball at him, do a little bit more damage. And what's really interesting is, like, let's say this guy is actually fighting the spider. I can jump into that battle pretty quickly and actually get credit for what he was fighting. So it's kind of an interesting little situation. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these different screens. So you got your character overview, and you can see this is my spell power, and then this is my attack power, and you can see there's my statistics, and you've got these different ranks. Now one thing that's really interesting about the way the game is set up is you can actually become all the different classes in the game and then level them up individually, and then you can, while you're adventuring, you can switch back and forth between them. So that's kind of neat. Allows you to be able to be a lot of different classes, because the game, unless you register a separate account, doesn't allow you multiple characters inside the account. So you actually you have to actually just have the one account, and then you essentially learn the different character classes, and you play through them on just one character. So I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about. I'm going to actually fight this thing with this guy, and then actually we're going to take them out together, and we'll both get credit even though we're not in a party. So it's kind of an interesting little system that they have as far as that's concerned. But it allows, kind of both of us to be able to get not only to get the experience and the gold, but also to get the quest rewards. So let's take a look at some of these other things. You've got your map, and you can just jump around, which is really kind of cool. You can just go ahead and click on these or click on these here, and you kind of just teleport around to all these different areas, which is kind of neat. Then you've got your Book of Lore, which I think I've actually earned. I don't think I have earned it. So I can just jump around to the different story pieces. You can see here I can jump to that one. I can jump to this one and just hit play. And that'll allow me to jump around to that. Here's different badges you can earn. And then you must complete the Noobshire quest to unlock this badge. And there's different badges, and you could play the intro. And then you've got Arctic's Entertainment. You'd save Chuckles. These are all different achievements and stuff like that. And then you've got different events ones, like the Chaos Twins and all those different things. You can watch those just by hitting play and things like that. So let's go ahead and help him take out these spiders while we look at some of these other things. The game does have housing, so you can purchase different things for your house and stuff like that too. And you got different options, and here's where you can actually toggle the full screen. I'm not going to do that because I'm not sure if it'll mess up my recording or not, so I'm going to leave that alone. You log out your friends list, ignore list, server list, news, stuff like that. You can do all kinds of different stuff, like link yourself up with Facebook, kind of either up or down your visual quality, turn your sounds on and off. That's one of the things that's kind of disappointing, is that there's actually no music in the game. There is, I'm going to show you guys in a second, we're going to go to Doomwood, so there is in that area. Now you've got your temporary inventory, which is actually like your quest items and stuff like that, which is kind of cool that it's a separate inventory because you only have 30 backpack spots. And you can see here that in my backpack spot right now, I've got my default staff, and then I've got this black spider pet. And it looks like I can actually equip. Oh, I've got to upgrade first, so it's not going to let me equip that. But you can see some of the things basically because that's in yellow. That's why I was not able to equip that. So you can take and you can upgrade if you want. But for the most part, you can play a lot of the game without ever having to upgrade, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and take out this last spider. I think we need a couple more. No, we actually got all the spider fangs we need. So let's go turn this in and quests, and there we go. So we've got that complete, and this is what I was talking about. So we've turned that in, and there we go. We can pick it up again. So I mean, you can essentially just grind your way through the levels if you really want to. But let's head over to one other spot, and let's actually see if we can get back to, let's actually use the map because it'll take us less time to just use the map to just zoom back to Babylon. So there you go. It's like I said, it's kind of easy to just jump around to all the different areas, be able to do, go to the different shops and stuff like that, which is kind of cool to be able to just jump around like that. So let's jump over to Doomwood, which is kind of this new area that they put in place, and we're gonna watch this little cutscene and kind of see the idea behind it is usually when you go through the story, that's when you'll find out everything that's going on with the king. Essentially, there's a battle between good and evil, and basically the major evil bad guy of the game, the Lord of Chaos, came in. So I'm gonna try and zoom through this as quick as I can, get you guys to see the Doomwood area. But this is where actual music comes in, and I'm wondering if some of these new areas are more gonna have the actual music in them and stuff like that, since this first new area, or this most recent new area, does have the music in it. So there we go, we completed that quest, and we can actually enter this, and you can see right there I can turn the music on or off just by going like that, and there we go, we now have music. Now in this area you can go to the weapon shop. You can see here's one weapon you've got to have, actually you have to have gold for. We've only got 420, we need a lot more to be able to buy that. You can see here's a bunch of stuff that you actually have to be a member to purchase. And then you've got a bunch of different quests that you can pick from. And one thing I can tell you is the game has just tons and tons of quests that you can pick from. I mean, it's just so quest heavy. One of the nice things about coming in here is you can see a lot of the different character items and stuff like that people get and all that different stuff. So I'm actually going to take and jump to a new area. Let's jump to Swordhaven. So this is another one of the towns. Let's head to another one. Let's go to Shadow Falls. So you can see all the different environments are very, very different. You discovered the crash site, and they all have, just a load of quests that you can pick up and play with, and you play on some of the heavier servers. And one of the nice thing is how I was mentioning how if you attack a monster while somebody else is attacking it, you get credit for it. Now, one of the reasons that I brought that up is you can actually go to different areas where people are battling the higher level monsters, and if they're fighting, you can jump in and hit them. If even if you don't hit them a few times, you can actually level up really quick by taking and attacking those monsters, and you'll get higher levels of experience than actually fighting the lower level monsters. And you can see there the game does have a pet system. They have an enhancement system that's pretty cool. So essentially every time you fight monsters, they're going to drop these designs, and you actually have to unlock them by using the enhancements. There's also enhancements to make your weapons more powerful and stuff like that, your armor more powerful, your cape, your helmet, all of that different stuff. So, I mean, as far as depth is concerned, I mean, the game is really basic and cartoony as far as the graphics are concerned. They're still clean and crisp, which is good. The sound, a little bit lacking, and the lack of any music is kind of stinks. But there is music in the Doomwood area, and hopefully in the future areas that they unlock, it'll have that also. The game does have a good player base, which is always nice to see. I know I didn't get to show you guys too much of the combat, but really, to be honest with you, there isn't a ton of the combat. It's pretty much just that. It's just different monsters all over the place and stuff like that. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Adventure Quest Worlds, you can read our full review on MMOden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.